Hello everyone, thank you very much for clicking and for watching the video. So in this video, I'm just going to quickly show you my PS2 collection. Last video I showed you the Xbox 360, which you can see here. I'll put a link just in case you missed that one. But I'm going to show you the PS2 collection. Now I don't have the largest PS2 collection at all really, and I've done a video in the past where I'll show you my PS2 collection, but in the last year I've done the PS2 purge and I've got rid of quite a lot of fodder out of it. So if you've seen that video, you probably noticed that despite the fact that I've added significantly more PS2 games in the last 2 years, it hasn't actually got any bigger, this collection, in regards to size, but I'll show you now. I think it's much better now because there's a lot less fodder in it. So again, same as last episode, I won't show you myself on camera. I'm just going to zip through and try the best I can to keep the camera as steady as I can, and we'll just take a look at all the different games we've got. So I'll just call out some as we go along. So let's get going. So 50 Cent Bulletproof is a fantastic third-person shooter that not many people ever really give enough attention. Auto Modelista was a game I picked up very cheap, which has got a lot more popular over the last couple of years, with a lot of YouTubers picking that one up. Black, fantastic first-person shooter that again got overlooked. BMX XXX we recently picked up. Buffy the Vampire Slayer, I do enjoy that game. Played that as part of the Purge series last year. Was quite surprised at how good that was. I got one Cabela's game on the PS2. A couple of the early Call of Duties. Cartoon Network Racing. I absolutely love Cartoon Network. It was a massive thing to watch Cartoon Network when I was growing up. We got Codename Kids Next Door, which I think that was on Cartoon Network. It might have been on Nickelodeon, but I think it was Cartoon Network. Got a couple Crash games, two racing games on the PS2 for Crash Bandicoot. I don't know if I'm missing any there. Crazy Taxi may have been the first PS2 game I ever played. I think it was. Dave Mirra Freestyle BMX 2. That was a pretty big game as well. Growing up, had a lot of that. Dead to Rights 1 and 2, we picked them up recently. The Devil May Cry series is on there. Dog's Life, that's a weird game. It's different to any other game I've played before, where you're just a dog running around following smell. It's got the Dragon Ball Z Budokai and Budokai Tenkaichi collection there. Dragon Quest is quite a popular game. Going on to Fight Night. Into the Matrix, a popular game. Escape from Monkey Island. Fistful of Boomstick. Extermination is a third-party horror, which getting a bit more attention these days. So again, they're in alphabetical order. So I've just got to come back down here now. Fahrenheit right on the end there. Really enjoyed that game. Played that through uni. And then of course we've got the big FIFA section there. All the FIFAs on the PS2. Don't have them all just yet. I can tell there I'm missing 09. I need to have a little look and see which ones I'm missing, but need to get all of those. A couple of Final Fantasies, Futurama, Guitar Man. That's quite a pricey game now. Pick that up for, I got that for like 50p in a charity shop a little while back. The God of Wars, Grand Theft Auto collection. I believe that's all the Grand Theft Autos on the PS2. Gran Turismo Gun, fantastic game. Gungrave, picked that up this year. Half-Life we picked up this year. A couple of Harry Potters. I think it's the Philosopher's Stone, which goes for a little bit these days as well. Ico, recently picked that up. A couple of the Jak and Daxters. I don't know how many Jak and Daxters there is on the PS2. Need to take a little look at that. Little James Bond section there. Juice, Jurassic Park. Operation Genesis is pretty much like the early version of Jurassic World Evolution. Just Cause. Kelly Slater's Pro Surfer. I need to give that one a go really. Killer 7 we recently picked up. A couple Tomb Raiders and Lara Croft. Got that Legacy of Hercules, that Phoenix Games game that we picked up. Legends of Wrestling. A couple Legos there. Leisure Suit Larry. Let's make a soccer team. Got a Liverpool game on the end there. Let's go back down here into the far corners of my room. Let that focus in a bit. We've got some LMAs in the corner there. Manhunt. Don't have Manhunt 2. It's very expensive now. Max Payne's fantastic series. Played them recently. Maximo. Metal Gear Solid 2 and 3. Love Metal Gear Solid 2 when that came out. Absolutely fantastic. Mortal Kombat there. A couple of the Narutos. Need for Speed Underground and Underground 2. Play the hell out of that. I'd love to know how many hours of my life I actually spent playing Need for Speed Underground 2, because it's going to be significant. Predator Concrete Jungle. That's a fantastic game if you want a bit of gore. Pro Evo section. Again, the FIFA versus Pro Evo debate was massive when I was growing up, so to now have all of them is quite a big thing, which I'm sure people of a later generation won't understand. But Psychonauts, Ratchet and Clank, couple Raymans. Going into the Resident Evil section here. 4, Veronica, Dead Aim, Outbreak Files 2, Reservoir Dogs we picked up this year. So now we come back up to here, and I've got to do that thing where I just sort of shimmy across my floor a little bit, because as you can probably tell, I'm sitting down right now. There we go. That's what we got. Run Like Hell. Rune Viking Warlord is one of my favourite games. Absolutely loved it. Went to game when I was younger, picked it up, played it to death. Absolutely love it. A lot of nostalgia for that. The Tekkens, a couple of the Getaways. King of Fighters, the King of Route 66, I'm not quite sure what that is. The Lord of the Rings, Punisher, played that last year. That's a start of this year. Fantastic game that. Little Simpsons section, the Sims section. The Suffering and the Suffering Ties That Bind are two of my favourite games of all time. If you haven't played them, please do. The Thing and the X-Files Resist or Serve we recently picked up. Couple of the Time Crisis, couple of the Tom Clancy's, little Tony Hawk section there. Transformers, Scarface Special Edition. Got Turok, Shadow Man, Shadow of the Colossus, beautiful, absolutely beautiful game. And then the end there, Shadow of Rome. That's a game that doesn't get enough attention really. Let's come back down here for the last little set. Shinobi, little Sonic section there. No idea again if that's all the Sonics, but I keep them whenever I pick them up. Soul Caliburs, Soul Reaver 2. Not played that, despite how much I love Soul Reaver on the original PlayStation 1. Little Spider-Man section there. Web of Shadows, a lot cheaper on the PS2 than on the next generation. I believe that Splinter Cell Chaos Theory is the only American version I have, which is why it's the only one that isn't in the traditional black and white the PS2 had over in the UK and Europe. SSX, State of Emergency, played that a lot when I was younger. Little Star Trek section there, which we got this year. Summoner, Super Dragon Ball Z sticking in there. Super Monkey Ball, Underworld, loved the Underworld movie series when I was younger. Wallace and Gromit onto the WWEs. And a couple of the X-Men's there. So yeah, that's the PS2 collection. And then I'm just going to also show you, I've got to shimmy up because I don't think you've seen that yet. But I've redone the shelf for this year, and I've got a couple of my horrors that I've just put in protective covers. So we've got Silent Hill 2, 3 and 4 there, Resident Evil Survivor, Forbidden Siren 1 and 2, Haunting Ground, Rule of Rose, The Gregory Horror Show, Obscure 2, and Clock Tower 3. I nearly said 6 there. It's Clock Tower 3. So got some of the heavier hitters on display this year. Had PS1 last year. Gonna have PS2 this year. So yes, that is my PS2 collection. Not the biggest of collections, but I've trimmed it right down this year. There's a little bit of space there on the end where those ones I've just shown you on display go. But yeah, I'm a lot happier with my PS2 collection now than I was this time last year, because it was full of fodder. And I know, fodder's it's a debatable, isn't it? People have different ideas of what fodder is or isn't, but I feel like I got rid of mine. When I look at this PS2 collection now, I'm a lot happier with it. I think it's a lot of the games I always wanted are in there now, and a lot of the ones I had as a child are all in there now, which is fantastic. So yeah, thank you very, very, very much for watching. Take care of yourselves.